You got it. Pushes a T.
Not in boathouse. Do I get it? Do I get it?
Even if you don't get this, still
Do I get it?
They TP'd on the site. They don't know.
Oh, he's in the back. It's spawn.
Oh!
Nice.
Stick it or pussy, stick it or pussy.
I'll stick it. He's gonna die. He's gonna...
Stick it.
Wow.
Stick it.
No head.
Oh, what the fuck?
Drama. Yeah, I've been running and running to keep it 100. It's all that I wanted, but lately I don't get the stomach. The higher the summit, the harder the plummet. They know me all over this planet. I'm just a man and I can't understand it. Proud that I win it, I did it myself. Probably wouldn't if I got the help. Hearing subliminals all of myself. Feel like I'm breaking, I'm falling to hell. Told me I'm sick and I tell her, oh well. Rather be dead than to know that I fell. Living the chase, life is a race. I'm out of space, I'ma get on my face. I got a taste, want the whole plate. Finna get laced if we step out of place. Like, first off, you don't run nothing. All talking, your team bluffing. My squad, we all dream crushing. We ain't rushing, no discussion. All I know is us made for this. Paid for this, yeah, slave for this. Been down and I'ma get it right. Get on sight like. And I'ma get it right. Dead on sight like.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Been down and I'ma get it right. Dead on sight like.
Spike planted. Shadows traveling. You think you can kill me?
Never really know when you're gonna go. Why you gotta put another foot in front of yours? Bury them toes, carry them close. I was never one to care about my mentos. I was like froze, now I'm on floor. Give me that smoke, but I can't get high. We do the most, here to inspire. Doing what I'm supposed, but I can't get tired. Run for your life every night. See in the dark, blind by the light. I got the spark, I got the pipes. All of my arts coming to life.
Down A.
Had to face my fears while I chase my peers, and I found my spot. That time that I found myself, I've been out here walking that walk. Like, first off, you don't run nothing. All talking, your team bluffing. My squad, we all dream crushing. We ain't rushing, no discussion. All I know is I was made for this. Paid for this, yeah, slave for this. Been down and I'ma get it right. Dead on sight like. First off, you don't run nothing. All talking, your team bluffing. My squad, we all dream crushing. We ain't rushing, no discussion. All I know is I was made for this. Paid for this, yeah, slave for this. Been down and I'ma get it right. Dead on sight like.
I know exactly.
Been down and I'ma get it right. Dead on sight like. and I'ma get it right. Then I'll fight like.
Oh my god, Omen.
You were fine all this time, I was inside out. Put my heart in your hands, so we came back round. Didn't think that you'd fall so deep. Didn't know that I had it in me. Guess my sanity breaks away too easy.
Bring it to a halt, back down. Bring it to a halt, you're whack and it's all your fault. Back down. Bring it to a halt, you're whack and it's all your fault. Back down, back down, back down, back down.
Yeah, bitch.
Back.
You were mine, don't know why I was upside down. Had a flame in your eyes, all I saw was doubt. Oh, paranoia, got lost in my own world. Made a choice, now it's too late to return. Watch my sanity break away too easy.
Blood.
Back down. Bring it to a halt, you're whack and it's all your fault. Back down, back down, back down, back down, back down. That's how it was and that's how it is. Back.
Omen diff. Oh my god. No!
You got me thinking all I did was wrong. Guess you got all you wanted. Yeah, I don't know why suddenly you're gone. You'll never be forgotten. Pretending no one is to blame. Too late to reignite our flame. How did I not see you running? How did I get behind? How did I not see this coming? Guess all you left me run. Guess all you left me run. Guess all you left me run.
enemy remaining.
There we go. Easy dubs.
Cheers, thank you.
Oh, res me.
Jett, res me.
Spike down A.
To change your mind. And I know it's me that followed you in blind. I could say that you didn't need, but you wanted me.
No!
I was wrong,
The
it wasn't anything. So if we had another chance, I would never let you steal my plans. Bring me back to life.
Oh, she blinded us.
Seconds left.
Oh my god, she's so bad! She's so bad!
Last player standing.
Don't think
Last player standing.
like you would ever
Spike down A.
I see is how I was Save my heart.
Enemy remaining.
Thinking about you. Whoa. I could say that you didn't need what you wanted me. Maybe I was wrong, even want wasn't anything. Yeah, I could say that you didn't need any part of me.
Enemy remaining.
Yeah, maybe it's not me, you should be
Wait,
the
I might have got
one
it.
on your knees. So
Hell
if we
yeah.
had another chance, I would never let you steal my
Enemy remaining.
If we had another chance, I would never let you steal my plans. Bring me back to life. If we had another chance, I would never let
30
you
seconds
steal
left.
my plans. Bring me back to life.
Let's go. Oh! Oh! Ulting A. Got you.
Baby, it's whatever. All this ever, but you long gone, it don't matter. Ride or die, that's been the deal. A lot of you back I disappear. But if you don't play that for me, I'm out of it, I'm out of it. I lick my gun and then I'm done. I'm out of it, I'm out of it. No man to tell me you're no good. I'm brushing away
I'm brushing away to you, the weight of you, of my shoulder. Done with my cigarette, and when all the smoke is clear, I'm brushing away to you, the weight of you, the weight of you. Don't need an omen.
Sage, come rotate. Rotate Crystal on Sage. Okay.
One enemy remaining.
Killed.
Clutch.
Carrier is dead.
Spike down B.
Phoenix, what the actual f are you doing?